In this episode, Barf a la Mew and Mankerson Tryst stop by booth 42 to promote their relationship advice book, Waterbowls and Scratching Posts.
They provide helpful hints, like knowing when it's appropriate to stick one's wet, soft nose up someone else's bottom.
So roll up your towel into a pillow, lean back, and
Prepare to learn how to interpret the significance of where your significant other leaves a small, dead, decapitated animal.
Shut up and sit down.
Welcome once again to the Hitchhikers and Appetizers podcast. I am Horatio Zinn, here in booth 42, and with me as always, a man whose features are so chiseled they could be on a mountain with people gazing and having to pay money to see them and possibly buying t-shirts, maybe in a small bank that you put the coin in the top of the slot. Anyway, he's here with us. The coin is not there. He is Trellis Gardeen.
I like the sound of that. I like the sound of the change going into my head.
Yes.
But we could forego that whole part, and I could just, have them send me money on the sub-etha.
I think your next procedure, surgical procedure, needs to be a slot in the top of your head. And I just want people to come by and drop coins in it. I just want to hear that.
It's doable. That's doable. Why not? Hey, can shake my head.
Yeah, yes. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
I shake my head, and you can guess how much I have in there.
If we ever left here and need to go in through a toll booth, I just turned you upside down and hope to shake some coins out.
I like it. I like it very much.
I like it too. Oh, a little thunder.
Oh.
Little thunder there. Oh, that was interesting.
That was your stomach. Stop trying to pass off that rumble as something other than the fact that you are getting ready to just plow into that plate of firecracker shrimp with wham bam sauce like there's no tomorrow.
I might have to just shovel it in. I need a funnel for wham bam shrimp. A funnel and a mallet just to force it down. You know, Trellis, we have guests here.
Of course, as always.
And they've been very patient listening to us.
Yes, and very patient in the fact that, they're a bit of an odd couple. I think.
They are.
We found peace in silence over the years.
Oh.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And we are observing you two as a couple because we do have a sense about how long this will last, just based on body language, the way you communicate to each other.
Oh, do you know? Tell us what are your names? First of all, what are your names before we dig deep?
So this is my husband, Bartholomew.
Bartholomew, very nice to meet you.
Barf Lemieux. It's a double part last name. Lemieux.
Lemieux.
Hyphenated?
No hyphen.
But like mew, like he's mewling. He's like mewling, like a cat would. Bartholomew.
Oh, that's lovely.
And you are very feline, so I would imagine that was an attraction for you.
It is an attraction to, yes. Well, what's in a name, right? Honey, why don't you tell them my name?
Her full name is Mankerson Tryst, but I just call her Mank.
Mankerson Tryst.
Very, very
Ooh,
lovely
I love
name.
that name.
Rolls off the tongue, which your tongue is kind of hanging out a lot there, Barf. Are you thirsty?
Well, part of it is, it's a little hot in here. My fur, I can get a little sweaty underneath it, but that's just, I think it's part of being one of the canine people.
Yes.
You sweat, your tongue hangs out for a little while, but sometimes it can show that you're wired in, that you're locked into who you're talking to, and I definitely am.
Horatio's hardly ever locked in about anything.
Now, I noticed the stare you've got going, staring at my plate of appetizers.
That does look wham bam shrimp, you said, right?
Yes, you can have some if you want.
Okay, may I?
Yes, go. Yes,
hold
go.
Oh,
that's not.
Barf.
And we need to order another plate, including the plate. I believe he ate the plate.
His appetite is voracious, both for food and other things.
Oh, other things.
She's talking about sex.
Oh,
I just don't like
I
to
thought we
say
were
it
talking
that
about
much.
walkies.
Yes, that's
Well, he likes a good walk every now and then, too.
I do, several times a day. I do. Are we gonna walk right now? Honey, are we gonna walk?
Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said the W word.
I love to walk. Are we gonna walk?
We will as soon as we're done here, darling.
Okay.
We're gonna eat some more.
Oh, good. I love to eat. Oh, good.
Okay.
Would you like a bowl of water or anything?
Oh, that'd be great. You have a bowl of water? I don't.
We'll get a garçon. To another bowl. Yes, I don't.
Do you want that still or tap?
Ooh, what luxury. Oh, still, I suppose.
Okay.
You are paying for this, right?
Yes. Oh, yes. Well, Megadodo Publications is paying for it. So really, the entire menu is open for you to choose from.
Wow.
Yes.
How do you maintain such tightly regimented abdominal muscles with such a spread in front of you?
Plastic surgery, of course. Surgery is this.
Surgery.
Oh.
I'm sorry, this may be a little forward, but may I lick your abs?
Honey.
I mean, they seem like nice people. I thought perhaps
They
I could...
are, but I'm so sorry.
He did ask. It wasn't
This is
like he didn't
true.
just leap in there and start licking his ass.
Because, yes.
But this is like a second time hangout kind of thing, and
You're right. I get excited. I like people. That's the thing.
the one
I
thing
can tell.
I don't stop him from doing is smelling buttholes, but that is just because he can't be helped.
Is that a greeting? Is that a form of identification for you, or is it just a predilection?
You know, vulnerability is a thing. I try to get out there. I try to connect with people as fast as I can. And often I find that kind of plugging my moist little nose into their anus is the best way I can get a sense of who they are, you know, as a person. I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable, obviously. I just thought I would.
Well, I would suggest doing it earlier than later because the Wham Bam shrimp, the firecracker shrimp with the Wham Bam sauce, would probably not make for a very good first introduction.
Understood.
I have to say, the first time that Barf and I met was him accidentally plugging my anus with his nose.
Oh.
I smelled something. It got a hold of me, and I I had my nose in a little anus before anyone realized. Before I realized.
Would you call that love?
Well, I mean, it's got to be. It's been what, 13 years now, honey?
Unlucky 13. we like to dispel the theory about that number being unlucky because
Exactly.
it's been very fortuitous for us. In fact, we met on the 13th of the month of the planet that we were on. That was the 13th planet of that star system. It was the 13th star system of that universe, or that galaxy, and
It was Talaris in the second quadrant. They have a wonderful 13 festival. The refreshments were unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
Oh, I bet.
so this is a big year for us. So I'm excited. I will say, yes, I wasn't accustomed to having my butthole plugged.
She's a little standoffish,
Well,
takes a while for her to warm up.
That's true, and sometimes I react negatively. You know that
Yes.
about me.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take a swipe at someone if they've startled you?
It is a fight or flight reaction that I recognize that it comes from a subconscious place, and I would love to say that I have more control over my subconscious brain consciously, but sometimes, things get a hold of me and my emotions, and really, I was confused. Wouldn't you say so, Barth?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's, part of the journey of our relationship is just being able to recognize each other's love languages. Sometimes I'll come home and there'll be, a dead animal ripped up on my bed, and I realize, you know what? I've upset Meg. I've done something. Maybe it's time I, fix her favorite meal.
Well, and now we just can't get on the same page of that one. That is so interesting, honey. What you don't realize is I killed that animal for you, and you're right. If it's in the bed, there's probably something wrong. But if it's at the doorstep, it's I love you. So
You see, the learning never ends.
Context is very important.
just because this works doesn't mean it always is perfect, and that's just something important that we like to share with all relationships. So really, while we were observing you, did you see the same thing that I saw, Barth, while we were observing them as a couple?
Oh, you mean the frequent eye contact?
Frequent eye contact. It's really clear that Trellis does not give enough compliments to Horatio.
Yes, I'm going to agree with that.
That's intentional. That's intentional.
I remember Horatio was very effusive in his the idea of putting coins in your skull, Trellis, and
Yes.
that's he was laying out a vision of your future, kind of as a partnership.
Oh,
Are you saying his love language is money?
Horatio?
my love language with Trellis may be just making him cut himself more, or another hole in his head,
Valid.
or something like that.
Valid.
Yes.
So that means you're trying to fill the void in your heart by making him have more voids. It's so clear. Wouldn't you
Yeah.
say so, Barf?
It is. This is part of our project. We are just trying to kind of establish the universality of relationships and connection. There are a lot of people out there that would say that a cat woman and a canine man aren't a match.
No.
No,
But
I would
obviously
immediately think no. That would be fighting like cats and dogs. Yes.
Right? Yeah. Say for example, a common expression.
That's the first time we've heard that.
Honestly, we've heard it enough. It still stings, but we know that your intent is positive. I mean, it's the first time I met Meg's mother. Well, let me just tell you.
Oh, that had to be.
Were there a lot of hissing?
I thought society was going to be hard, but we knew this. Oh, speaking of subconscious reactions.
Oh, was there
yeah.
a lot of hissing?
Yeah.
Did you walk in and think there was a gas leak? Like,
I'll just say this: she was not the kind of person who took well to having her butthole sniffed. And it was disappointing.
oh.
And I tried to warn her. It's not like I didn't set my mother up for expectations.
Meg was definitely on my team.
Thank you. Yes, wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining the dance that might have gone on there as you try to put your nose into her butt and she's moving her butt away. And I'm just there's this dance around the room, I imagine.
It was less of a dance and more of a chase, I think I would say. Would you say that, honey?
Well, I would say that, and it was a little confusing and off-putting for me at first because you were getting very excited when that chase was happening.
How awkward. How awkward.
I would imagine probably in the cat house that was probably the equivalent of coming into the house and leaving your shoes on.
Oh.
Wow.
I hadn't thought about it that way. There really was a bit of cultural ignorance on my part, Perhaps, pushing my moist little nose into her butt was not the way to kind of establish the good feelings that I wanted to establish. I should have gone about it a different route.
But it's your nature, honey, and I'm not here to tell you what you should and should not do. You don't tell me that I shouldn't lick myself incessantly every day. Like you don't. He pleases me. But that doesn't mean I don't like to do it myself.
Absolutely.
Ah, very good. Very good. I noticed you're doing some grooming here in front of. I assume that means you're comfortable.
You're exactly right. Now, there is an old cat wives' tale where when a cat cleans themselves, it means that company is coming.
Oh, so we should clear out more room here in the booth then.
Potential.
Did you have more in your party that we
No.
should be knowing about?
No.
There's always company coming. You know what I mean?
Oh, always company
Yep.
coming. That's a wonderful. Now, I before we go any further, I know you brought a copy of your book that with you.
Well, a book. Is it your book? We don't know.
Is this your book, or is this just a book you're carrying around?
We are working on this volume together. We're trying to bring together couples from all over the galaxy.
And we don't like to lead with it because while this book is important to us and an important facet of our relationship, we're multifaceted, But we did book this interview with you in order to promote this book, so we should probably talk about it.
I just wanted to throw that out there before it's got covered with a bit of sauce, a little wham bam sauce. We put it right off.
I'll just lick that off.
Oh, there you go.
Well-
Very good. Very good.
And if you'll notice, this is a perfectly pristine book now because it is always in stasis.
Oh,
Very
very
nice.
wise.
Look at here. Take a look at this here real quick. Oh, I gotta say, your two pictures on the back cover are, wow, power poses.
Those are
for
wonderful.
sure.
Yes.
Thank you. I was gonna go for straight candidates myself, but Mank wisely said, we should hire a photographer, really capture who we are.
Yes.
Because if you can look poised together, you can look candid together.
Oh,
That was my thought process. But
that's good. I noticed that's one of the chapters in the book.
if you can look poison. Well, that's very good. I was actually going to ask one of you to read the title out loud. It sounds so much better when someone else says this than we do, because we know it. We've said it so many
You're humble.
times.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're just humble
I'm just
and you don't want to
saying
like.
you'll remember it better if you say it out loud, and then we'll get into the chapters.
So you want us to read the title of the book, is what you're saying?
Well, was I not clear?
I didn't know if you wanted me or if you wanted Trellis.
One of you should. Or actually, Trellis, you read the headline, like the main title.
And Horatio, read the subtitle.
That's right.
That sounds fair.
Okay. Let's see. Waterbowls and Scratching Posts.
Our journey together in sniffing and licking.
You see, it's all right there.
It writes itself.
I'm writing it down.
In one sense, you get the first part with the water bowls, like life-sustaining, cool water, makes you think of like, just calmness. And Scratching Posts for those times when, maybe things aren't going so well, some conflict, what do you do with that anger? You take it to the Scratching Post. Now, Barf, have you ever tried Scratching Posts?
Oh.
The first 3 years of our relationship, Mank was always trying to get me to use a scratching post, and I was skeptical.
Yeah.
I had bad experiences with boards and splinters and whatnot. But after a while, we had to work through some things, and a scratching post turned out to be exactly what I needed. I credit a lot of my development since then to that. Absolutely.
You didn't start out by wanting to chew on it, did you?
Well, I mean, again, splinters, right? I've had that experience before. I was trying to retrain myself. I also wanted her to see me as a competent, effective canine man, and a tongue full of splinters would not have done that. But she was right in the end.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh,
What about children?
well, that's a tough subject that,
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's difficult.
in the world that we live in with so many technological advances, it makes one question as to how much intervention you want to make something that's meant to be happen.
We've talked a lot about cyborg babies, and the question would it have the head of a cat or the head of a dog? That's something we have to work through together.
That is a good question.
And I want his babies, you know what I mean? And he wants mine.
Have you thought about an artificial intelligence that becomes sentient, and perhaps that, if you imbue it with your knowledge, your culture, your background, what it produces could be considered your child?
Yes.
I mean,
I
think
that's something we could talk about.
Is this more of a personal thing? It's more of a private discussion?
that's when Mank makes that noise, it means that it's something that we're gonna address later on. And we talk a lot about in the chapter on wet food versus dry food. We talk about how do we work through conflict, right? How do we do it?
That makes sense.
Now, has she ever been, when you first started going out, like she was laying on her back and, just looked like you wanted her, to pet her stomach to calm her down, and then just claws?
Turns out it was a trap.
I learned that.
This is a common question.
It has to be the equivalent of "I'm fine."
I mean, there is the eternal question. It's a joke I always make. What do cats want?
Or what do they want?
I think we're simple. We do want pets
Yes.
on our time.
Yes. Yes.
We want you to read our mind as to when and where not to.
Perfectly fair. Perfectly reasonable.
Right? And I want to have solitude to sleep up to 18 to 20 hours a day. That's all I ask.
I understand that completely. I try for at least 18 hours.
I have to prod him to wake up when the food arrives at the table.
Yes.
Oh, this is, honey, I am impressed by the love shared between these two.
Oh.
You are, whether you realize it or not, this is going all the way.
This is a water bowl type situation.
Love is such an extreme word sometimes.
As it should be.
Yes. There's a respect.
There's a grudging respect between us, I would say.
Grudging respect. Yes.
I've tried to get Horatio to maybe think about a little plastic surgery here and there, just extra stomach, widening of his mouth, and then he just says, "What I've got is fine."
Yes. I was born like this, and it's worked well. It's worked well.
I mean, I will say, Horatio, with the amount of time you spend in restaurants such as this, an extra stomach could come in handy.
That's true. Actually, I do have an extra
Practical.
one,
Practical.
but it's in storage, and I cannot remember which storage unit I left the extra stomach in.
A universal problem.
Yes, I do have other organs scattered around the universe in storage units, and I probably should have written down where they were or made a map or something. But maybe one day I'll go on a quest.
I've got a whole bunch of doggy toys stuck in customs on Talaris, so I know exactly.
Yes, you understand. You understand.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So does Barf leave little surprise? You obviously would leave dismembered small animals for him. Does he ever leave surprises around the abode for you, Meg?
Well, this is a sensitive topic also, but Barth and I have, because we are on this touring, speaking tour, I feel like we just have to get comfortable talking. Now,
True.
When Barth does not feel paid attention to, or loved, or W'd enough,
Yes.
there are surprises on the floor often of the fecal matter.
Yes.
Oh, barf.
And now
Do you rub his nose in it?
well, no, because I need his nose to go elsewhere later.
True. That is.
Very good point.
But it's one thing I just don't understand, and again, this is just one of those sticking points. Is just use the litter box. Just use the litter box. It's easy. It's right there. It's clean. It's sanitary. I only track a little bit of the dust around sometimes. Why on the floor? But what I've learned over the years is it's not the litter box, and it's not him not wanting to do that. Wouldn't you say, Barth? It's you. You need attention.
You know, I do. And before I go any more into detail on that, honey, were you referring to walking just a second ago? You said W. Was that walk? We're gonna walk?
I did not refer to that. No.
Oh, okay,
no.
okay. If we're not gonna walk, then that's fine. I thought maybe we were gonna walk and no.
We are not.
That's fine. We can walk later.
No.
That's fine.
It must make it more difficult to disguise things when your partner does actually speak a language and
Yes.
understands.
Yes.
Yes, but I would say that Barth, we did have a ghostwriter for Barth's section, so because literacy is not his.
I get some letters mixed up. I tend to drool on
right.
keyboards. That's difficult
right.
if you have a high-end computer.
Oh, I have that same problem.
Yeah, you know exactly. What, yeah, absolutely.
So you're good. Actually, you're probably gonna be more involved with the audio book than the actual writing.
The
I mean,
audiobook.
who doesn't love his voice?
Oh, it's wonderful.
very-
It's wonderful.
And of course, the press tour is, I think, where I really come alive. The amount of butts I'll be able to sniff from this side of the galaxy to the other, I think our sales are really going to take an upswing.
I think the fans are going to be really, really excited with the fact that you will be interacting with them.
Yes, I hope to sniff each and every one of their butts.
I don't want to assume, Meg, that you'll be standoffish, but I think Barf did mention a little bit that you were a little slow to warm up.
Well, she wants attention when she wants it. Yeah.
Oh, we hit something.
Uh-oh.
No, I just wish that it was something I could have said. It's okay. It's fine. And you know what? I'm gonna excuse myself just for a moment. There's an area I need to lick.
Barf, do you always laugh at Meg when she's having a moment like this? That seemed very.
I've found that if I show weakness, I'll pay for it later.
I'll be right back. You three talk amongst yourselves. Rare.
It's important.
Okay.
Oh, bye.
Barf, I think you are in a lot of trouble right now.
Oh, she is. Yes. Yes.
Look at the booth. Look at the booth where she was sitting. That thing has been clawed.
It really has.
The back claws that we couldn't see have done a number on that
I
thing.
don't know what
and
that.
I'm just going to tell you right now. Advice: do not pet her stomach.
No,
If she rolls
no.
over and looks like she's saying, "Come here, honey. Give me a tender moment. Rub my stomach." Do not do it.
It's funny. No matter how many times I learn that lesson, it still pulls me in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just want to lick her little tummy, and then she, obviously claws me in the face.
Now I noticed that she did leave another small animal there on the seat,
Oh.
and it does not have a head.
It's not a bed, and it's not your front door. What would this be?
gosh. What is it?
That's not a save my seat.
She just dragged it out of the kitchen, I guess, because there's really no animals in here to kill. Unless
I don't know where does she carry them with her? Does she carry extra little animals with her to leave about?
Oh, wait. I see its group over at the other booth. Booth 75.
Awkward.
I think she may have killed one of the other diners.
You know what? I probably should go over there and lick some faces and make amends. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I'll be right back.
I wouldn't mention
You don't think I should mention it? You don't think I should?
I wouldn't. Think of how awkward. Now it's up to you. You could have your little wet nose could be magical.
You know what? I've got to go and try it. I got to go and make a connection. I'll be right back.
I am so sorry for that.
It's quite all right. Whatever you do is fine. Whatever you do.
Well, of course it is. That doesn't mean I can't apologize for it.
No, that's true. You can apologize all you want. Also, I noticed as we've been talking that you have been edging this plate closer and closer to the edge of the table.
Oh, have I been?
I noticed that, yes, and that you look at me when you do it.
Oh, that's interesting. I must be.
Yeah, I just noticed that it.
We're fine. We don't mind. But I mean, the serving staff might be a little annoyed if the plate gets just thrown off for no reason.
Well, as far as we can tell so far, is that it's not going anywhere, because this is your reality, and I would never tell you what your reality and perception is or isn't, but has it fallen off yet, Trellis? No.
No, it has not, but it is closer.
That busboy is over there looking very nervously at it, like waiting for it to teeter.
You know what? This happens all the time. Again, they are uncomfortable seeing a cat and a dog. I'm sorry.
Was that what happened to that, whatever that was in the booth right now? Did they give you a bad look when you walked by their table together? And
What are you talking about?
the dead animal being in a booth right now that I can...
Oh.
Yes.
The elephant in the booth is actually a small animal with its head removed.
Yes, so, no, that's a different situation entirely. They gave birth while they were here, and they didn't realize how many they had.
It wandered away and just,
It was an incidental.
You were helping with their population explosion.
From what I understand of that population, the weakest ones tend not to make it anyway, and I thought that I would leave a present for you all, just even though I left in a weird way. I was...
So it is a present. Okay, so that is one thing we were a little worried about. It's
Yes,
not a
yes.
doorstep, it's not a bed. This is an offering.
Not an omen.
Oh, thank you.
Trellis, thank you for clarifying. I appreciate that. I have to remember to not assume that everyone knows what I mean, and this was a present.
Have you ever thought about labeling them?
Or a bow.
A bow,
You know what?
perhaps a little tag on it.
From make to Trellis and Horatio, enjoy.
Right.
Without spite. Add like without spite or something like that.
Now, I wonder if let's take this a step further, because I like this. This is problem solving. This
Oh,
says to
good.
me that just because someone gives you a boundary doesn't mean they don't want you in their life. You're giving me a boundary right now because you want to make this work. So now
Yes.
I'm wondering, what if I don't decapitate it all the way, that means I'm upset.
If it's not decapitated all the way, if there's still some sinew holding the head
Correct.
to the... Yeah.
Because I have full control as an apex predator.
I can tell just by looking at you.
That's interesting. Now, this may lead to, volume number 2 of our book. This is so good.
Is that also why you're sitting at the top of the booth?
Oh, that's more for... Well, yes, I do like to have height over everything. In fact, Horatio, I would get that checked out if I were you.
What?
Oh, just not a big deal. Something on the top of your head.
Oh, I don't get up there very often.
Exactly. Where did Barth go?
He went to go apologize to that table.
Oh, no.
He was feeling very bad.
But they didn't know what I did.
I tried to warn him. Oh, he's back.
Hey,
How'd they take it?
Such great people. I licked a bunch of faces. I rolled on the floor. They rubbed my tummy. It was great. There's some of the freshest anuses I've sniffed probably this week, I think.
Did you talk? How did they take the idea that one of their party had been beheaded?
The what? The party? You know what? That completely slipped my mind.
Barf.
They were just such sweet people. They just given birth to a giant litter of babies. They were having trouble keeping track. They're very cute.
You know what, Barf? I think it's time for a walk.
A walk! Oh, I love a walk! Let's walk!
We've had so much fun with you. We're just gonna leave this book right here for you both.
Could you sign it?
We're gonna go for this.
Oh, yeah. Could you sign the book?
All right. I'm just gonna put my paw in this sauce, and I'm gonna put it right onto.
Well, no, don't use this because now Horatio's just gonna lick it up and.
The signature's gone. The signature's.
Sorry, that was my.
You'll never forget this moment.
Just spray on the book. Just spray on it.
Oh, all right.
Make your mark there.
Yep, there you go. All right.
Oh,
Are
that's
you?
definitely. You definitely signed that one.
That's my number one lady. That's my
That
number
stings.
one lady.
That is pulling individual nose hairs out of my nose with tweezers.
You're not gonna forget that scent.
No.
I noticed on the binder that says this is self-published. We are connected to the guy to Megadodo Publications.
Yes.
If you want us to send them a note.
If there's one thing we've learned is everyone likes to promise something.
Yes.
Well, no, I'm not promising it.
No.
We can let them know, but I can't promise you it's going to get published.
We
by
can't promise that we will let them know.
I absolutely trust your promises. Whatever you say, I think you're great. I'll just.
Okay. Well,
Here.
here you go. Would you like? I have this ball here.
Would
Would you like to go get it?
Oh, I love it.
Would you like to go get it?
Yeah. Oh, I want to. Where are you gonna put it? Where are you gonna put the ball?
I'm going to throw the ball. Okay.
Oh, great.
I promise I'll throw it.
I can't wait. I'm just gonna wait here until. Oh, there it goes!
Oh God.
Oh God, he scrambled all over those tables. Oh, they're scattering.
I knew he was going to run for it, so I'm just going to leave the ball here on the table. Broken promise.
He'll be back.
Number 1.
He'll be back.
Maybe at some point. You should probably call him back.
No, he's already.
You guys. Well, I don't know what happened. I looked for the ball. And here it is.
It's right here.
Oh, wow. Oh, so much fun. You guys are so much fun.
You're fun. Go. I go rub the belly. Rub the belly. Rub the belly. Can't help but rub the belly. Oh yeah. Oh, there. Oh. Is he all right? It looks like he's going into a kind of a fugue state.
Meg, I'm so happy. I'm so happy right now, Meg.
Meg, are you happy?
Knows you're happy.
Are you happy? It's hard to tell by looking at you.
Right.
Yeah, the switching. Your tail's flicking a little.
Oh, well, that usually happens after I leave my mark.
Yes, that makes sense. That makes good sense.
Yeah, this is a time.
You know, this is why we say it's a journey. You know, we are continuing finding more about each other.
I feel like we're entering the scratching post phase of the interview here. We've drifted a little, and I'm sensing some darkness.
Oh, we want to end on some darkness, Trellis.
Mm-hmm. I can't imagine from whom.
Ooh, little conflict there.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Trellis, you can't just let it end on a nice note. You have to introduce conflict with the ending.
Maybe, hey, I got a laser pointer.
What? No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Look at that little red dot.
Please don't do it. Oh,
look at
what is it doing? Why is it moving like this? Why doesn't it have a smell?
Grab it, honey. Grab it.
I can't. I'm trying to. It's falling through my claw. Now it's on my claw. Someone get it off of me.
I believe in you, sweetie. I believe in you. You get that laser point.
Why is it? Why?
Okay.
Oh, there's not a single dish left on the table. Everything is on the floor. I like that activity brought you together in a fit of...
Yes.
I would say concern, but it's way more than concern.
No. I saw a united front.
We are animals. We are souls. We are tied together for eternity.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful, chaotic moment.
Well, would you like us to put a entry in the guide for you or for the book?
A little bit of both, maybe. Oh, go right ahead.
Well, no, I don't know that I have the answer. Barf, for once, I'm speechless.
No way.
Well, I mean, I'm just excited. I'm just excited to be here. If a question, if there's an entry for us, does that mean that my belly will be rubbed more often?
I would hope so.
Yeah, I would. I won't promise, but I could say it's more likely.
Well, I absolutely trust and believe you.
Oh, good. We like that.
Well, I'm going to tell you. Well, let me start typing in here.
What are you typing in?
Mankerson Tryst and Bartholomew. I've forgotten your last name.
Barf.
Alamew.
Alamew.
Oh, that's right.
Alamew.
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 I ran it all together into one word, as I tend to do sometimes.
Make sure.
All right, typing that in.
You're still a good
Waterbowls
boy, Trellis.
What? Thank you.
Oh, that's wonderful. What a wonderful thing to
Waterbowls and
say.
Scratching Posts. The book for bringing couples together
Across space and time. That's our mission.
across
That
space
is
time.
much-
What
yes.
about across space time, and what about species?
Species.
Oh, well, of course.
Species, yes.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna hit enter, and there we go. That is free dinner. So if you want to
What
order
weird
anything else,
ding. Yes.
if you want to order anything else, it is ready and waiting.
Is there a wet food bar here? Right?
Yes, there is right over
Yes.
there. Yeah. Shall we? Shall we go dig in?
Oh.
Let's go dig
Oh,
in.
that's absolutely. Are we
Let's go
going
dig
to?
in.
Are we going to walk over there?
Yes,
Are we gonna walk over?
I'll give you. Let's take walkies and we'll go dive in face first into the wet food bowl.
I am gonna talk to the servers so we can get some more plates because all of these are broken now.
We don't need plates where we're going, do we, Barf?
Not at all, sweetie. I'll lick it up wherever it is.
I'll lick it up wherever it is on you.
Oh. Oof, I can't wait to get back to the hotel.
Thank you for joining us for Hitchhikers and Appetizers, and of course, special thanks goes to our guests, Barf, Alamew, and Mankerson Tryst. I have been Trellis Gardeen.
And I continue to be Horatio Zinn. Until next time, keep your towels clean. And if you're an advanced life form who's stranded on a relatively primitive alien planet, there's always the off chance you can use a child's electronic toy to somehow contact your homeworld. So don't panic. Everything you heard in this episode was improvised, but not everything improvised was heard. This episode of Hitchhikers and Appetizers featured the voice talents of Mike Gorgone as Trellis Gardeen, Bran Peacock as Horatio Zinn, with Roberto Lewis as Barf Alamew, and Jessica Lynn Verdi as Mankerson Tryst. Finally, Hitchhikers and Appetizers is part of the Improv in Action Network. Check out other great improvised podcasts and projects at improvinaction.com. If you'd like to reach out to Trellis or Horatio, you can send electronic messages to them at our Galaxy address, hitchappspodcast@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Twitter with the handle hitchapps.
And before you go, we here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers would like to announce that we're now a featured podcast on Newsly. Newsly is an all-in-one audio super app for iOS and Android. It picks up the most trending articles on the web on topics you choose at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice. For the first time ever, the entire web becomes listenable, all in one place. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling, start listening. You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports, tech, business, science, Bitcoin, or even the Kardashians. We here at Hitchhikers and Appetizers won't judge you. To your face, at least. Newsly will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud. And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 80 countries. As mentioned earlier, our podcast is there too. I started using it as my default podcast app. They even have digital radio. Download and use Newsly for free now from www.newsly.me or from the link in this episode's description, and use the promo code ZERS, Z-E-R-S, to receive a 1-month free premium subscription. 1 month is better than no months, I always say, and I'm Trellis Gardeen.
Shut up and sit down.